Hey guys, I wanted to just make a one-off video regarding about a thing that I have, and it's called commissioning fever. And I've been commissioning a lot of artwork. If you've been catching up with my Twitter, if you follow that, I've been posting artwork here, left and right, and retweeting it. But I wanted to talk about it and tell you guys how to use this website called Skeb, which is the main source of all the artwork that I've been using and getting, and it's great. It's really great. So if you don't know what Skeb is a Japanese commissioning website where you get various works such as artwork. You can get voice acting work done, text, in videos. If you want to have something like, say for example, a start stream screen, if you want that, you can also get custom music and even advice too regarding about, if you're trying to draw something or you're trying to get advice for a certain niche thing. But it's really, really nice. I think that it's a really great website. Everything's all centralized, and not only that, it's also somewhat friendly to English speakers, which is really nice. The main person that really got me over this anxiety for using this website is actually Joey, also known as the Anime Man. And thankfully, since I know that he is, he is Nihongo Jozu, that he can speak a little bit of Japanese. I got to see him use the website on this video that you're seeing right now, and it got me over this sort of anxiety. And even though I can speak a little bit of Nihongo, 日本語を書くのがちょっと悪いので、Monka. But it's safe to say, after a while, I gotten so used to it. So I want to give you guys a good example. But first, let me tell you guys how to find the perfect artist. So what you want to do is you wanted to at least go through the past works on Skeb. See if you like how they draw their characters. Once you do that and you're still unsure about it, go into their Twitter, because they'll have a Twitter that you can look at and see, if you can, if you like the designs that they do, because they usually post it on there too. Another thing that you can take a look at, and sometimes they'll have like another link that they'll have on top, is if you look at their Pixiv. Sometimes most of the time they'll have it available, and you can they also use that as like a portfolio for what works they've done so far. So you can just take a look at that at the very least. So there's multiple methods of looking at their past work, and if they don't have any, unfortunately it's not gonna be hopeful if you're going to like their style or not. But if you want to take a jump and see if you're going to like the artist, you can definitely do that as well. Also, make sure to look at the pricing and look at if they're comfortable with creating your character, because as you may know, a lot of artists, they have preferred ways to draw their characters, and they also have specific characters that they can only do. You can't tell a person that usually draws, humans or Nekomimi characters or Kemono Mimi characters, to draw mecha, like something like a Gundam, because they will never understand how to do that, and they're unable to do that because they're not well versed in it. So they're just going to downright refuse your Skeb. So what you want to do is you want to just take a look at their work and see if they fit the bill for what you want. So For me, I'm looking around. This is a person that I already follow. I love their work, so I want to show you how you would do a request. So what you do is you hit on the new request. You have to choose a genre. Usually, if they're only they only want to do one selection of work, will just automatically go to it. But sometimes there's going to be different creators on here that will have multiple options for you to take, and make sure you look at the pricing list on the left hand side over here. But what you want to do now is you set an amount. Looks like 10,000 yen is going to be this person's recommended amount, in which they will do the work. They're more guaranteed to do works that are around the recommended amount compared to the ones that are the minimum amount, depending on the complexity of the work and also various other things. It can go up in price. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type up a request that I want this person to do, and to make sure I get that request as I want it, I'm going to put in as much details as I can, so then that way it helps the person who's trying to do the art know what I want. But in this particular case, I don't mind how they're going to do the work. So give me 1 second while I type away. Okay, now we're back. Alright, so I made a little short message. Basically what you want to do is you want to have at least a sort of reference for the person to go by. For in this case, I have a link going to my character that I have that I'll be revealing later in a different video. But I have that, and I also give them a sort of like a description of what I want. So what I have is that a certain type of thing that I want, such as the setting, what they are doing, and also with this sort of thing that I'm going for, I'm just leaving it up to the person to have the pose, which is also pretty important, and also the expression on the character. So then that way, they might have something interesting that they want to do that might be, something that you would probably enjoy. Again, it is like a gamble of what you're going to get, but I think it is, yeah, having something that is very descriptive is very nice for the person to understand and go off of. I'm gonna take a couple more seconds to just go over everything before setting this off. Okay, so now that I think everything is fine, so there's a couple of settings that you can do. So if you want to, there's a couple of settings. If you want to do not safe for work things, you can turn that on or off. Obviously this person doesn't do not safe for work, so it's obviously going to be off. You can also send the request anonymously, so it won't be attached to your name, but it will still be there. So yeah, it's very interesting. Also, there's a couple of other things you can do. Cross pose, which is if you order multiple orders with different other people, or like just in general this person, and you sent them multiple ones, they're going to accept that one request that you made just now, and then the other requests are just going to get canceled. So then that way you don't get charged for multiple requests that you've made with the person. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And one of the biggest things so far that really helps with the conversation or the communication with the Japanese artist is the introduction of translation on the fly. What they use is called DeepL, and it's basically a AI powered translator that does a pretty darn good job of translating what you want in English over into Japanese. So then that way they don't have to pull out Google Translate and then try to figure out what you want. It's already on the form itself. They sort of understand it's not going to be perfect all the time, but I think it is pretty important to understand that, you know, you if you want to give them a good amount of information and everything, hopefully it does a pretty good job of translating it, but it's not going to be perfect. But anyways, so now that you look through everything, you just hit the confirmation, make sure everything is all good to go. Looks like everything's all good to go. You hit confirm, and then you go ahead and send the request, and then it'll auto translate it right there. And then now it gets shipped off to the artist, and now you just basically wait. So now you have in the request form, I already have a couple that are accepted, but in the pending, as you can see, it is now on there. It's basically like sent to their email saying, okay, this is the work, and if you want to do it, that's fine. If you don't want to do it, that's also fine. Please do note that don't be sad when your works get canceled. I know I had a couple of canceled works before. These are all the canceled works that I have. There's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Just letting you know that it is okay. Don't worry about it. You can just send them another one, or you could just move on to the next person that will want to do your work for you. So there's that. Now, a couple of other things that I want to go through is that a lot of people use this Skeb. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who play Final Fantasy 14 that obviously uses it. A lot of VTubers that uses it. I'm going to even show you who uses it. So we have a couple of VTubers like Silvervale, Izumi, and also Yoshi, and even the multiverse monarch herself, Amalie. That's crazy how much people uses this website, and it's super great. And one more thing I want to do is shout out some couple of artists that really set things for me. But first, let's do that. So we have here Nigi. Nigi is a very great artist. I think that they're really good at what they do, and for the set price, I think it's really great. Unfortunately, they got search banned, so please do support Nigi if you can, if you have the money and the time to. They are really good. There's another person that I want to shout out. This person right here, they're they're really good, and they're actually my first person that I've requested to, and they've done like a really amazing job doing all the artwork that they've done for me. So please go check them out. Another person that is super amazing is Tocchi Keisuke. They are really amazing. Their artwork is always super well drawn and super great. Please support them, I beg, please. There's two more people. Engawa-san. Engawa is really amazing. I've actually commissioned them 3 times in a row for emotes, and they've always done a really great job. And also they stream on Twitch, so please go support them on Twitch. They always play with another person called Tanaka-san, and they always play games like Final Fantasy 14, Splatoon. They also play Monster Hunter Rise, and also a new one, Wild Hearts. And then finally, I cannot um, emphasize how much I am thankful for this person is Yui-san. Now, Yui, she is pretty amazing. Uh, she's super nice. The first time I've commissioned to Yui-san, very absolutely nice. I followed them on Twitter and everything, and they're super great, and they always make amazing, beautiful art. So please, just give them a follow request. Even go for their chibi art, which they also have too. Please do. And yeah, I just wanted to thank them all for accepting my request, and creating all the art and putting in the hard work. Yeah, I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's it for the video. And the next video, I'm going to talk about something interesting. Until then, see ya.